Guys, welcome back to episode 27 of the Strong AF Club podcast. As always, I'm your co-host, Nate Craig, joined by
Asim.
And guys, we've got a special episode for you today. But first off, wanted to give a big shout out to Paris Baguette, located in Ashburn, Virginia. Look at this gorgeous cake. And if you can't see it because you're not watching it on YouTube, just imagine. Close your eyes. I want to bite already. Shout out to Joe, who always stops by the gym, brings us some sweet treat. Love you, man. And keep that stuff coming.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, guys, what really makes us strong? The weight on the bar or the grit in our head? Today, Asim and I are breaking down the myths of PR chasing, the consumer trap of recovery, and the eternal battle between mental toughness and raw strength. So buckle up. This one's going to go deeper than your last squat session. So fucking cheesy. I had to, bro. Anyways, all right, let's just jump straight into these questions. I want to eat that, man. I got to get this out of here.
I'm on a cut, bro. I can't touch that.
Yeah, right? I'm going to touch that after the episode. So, question 1. Does chasing PRs actually build resilience or just ego?
Ego. It's
You
not,
think?
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to do one rep. I mean, yes, when you get in like really heavy, it's like you got to get psyched up. But like when I'm thinking resilience, I'm thinking like mental resilience.
Or durability or anything like that?
So durability, like physically, I don't think so. But mentally, there's a component of like not being afraid of the weight. So I think like maxing out or competing and things like that are ways to get over the mental hurdle and fear of something really heavy, truly injury range.
Right.
A lot of people are psyched out by that. They do really good in training and then they suck on competition day, or they do really good in training and they suck on max out day. And people mostly fail through 3 ways I've observed. They either know how much weight's on the bar and they get freaked out. They see how much weight's on the bar and they get freaked out. Or they feel how much weight is on the bar and they get freaked out. So they see it, they feel it, or they know it. And it's one of those 3 that fuck with them. So the people who see it mismatch the plates. People who know the weight, do it in kilos, or don't tell them what you're loading. And then those who feel it, you can load up like 120, 150% of the load you're trying to lift. It's kind of hard with the squat. I mean, kind of hard with the deadlift, but with the bench and squat at least, you can just do a walkout, just unrack it.
Just to isolate it.
Yeah, just unrack and just get your body used to feeling something way heavier than you're about to. So when you go under the weight you're about to actually hit, by contrast, it feels lighter. It's like a quick little nervous system trick you can do. But I don't think that builds resilience. I think that's just how you get through mental hurdles. I think what builds resilience is that, like we've talked about in past episodes, valley of despair.
Yeah.
You've been through that many a times. How was that?
I felt despair.
It's grueling, right?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's where the real resilience is built. That's where the strength is built. You express it in the max out, but you build it in the valley of despair. That's where you're sitting there gathering the strength to get the fuck out of it. And for those of you who aren't tracking with what we're saying here and that didn't watch that episode, shame on you. The valley of despair is what we use here in our gym to describe the phase of training before taper, where the volume and intensity is at its peak. The athlete is working at their full work capacity that they can possibly recover from. And then we taper into a max out or taper into a competition. So that valley of despair, that trench where you're just building an insane amount of volume, where if you didn't do the pre-phases correctly, you'd get injured from. That is where true strength is built. All the phases before the valley are designed to keep you resilient and safe for the valley. But once you get in the valley, that's where the true strength is built. It's a short window of time you can spend in there. But when you're in there, you build strength and then you taper. I think that is where the real resilience come from. Mentally, because that shit sucks. So set after set after set after set.
Yeah.
Day after day after day. And then on the flip side of that, it's a lot harder to do sets of 5, 6, 7 than it is to do 1 rep.
Facts. Honestly, I wanted to ask this one because, first off, just wanted to hear your opinion and whatnot, but I 100% agree. I think PRs just in general, and you put it pretty well, you know, it can mentally prove something to you. You know, I hit this number. That's awesome. Put a little wind in your sails kind of thing. But it's at what point, like if you're squatting 800 pounds or something like that, what are you really building at that point? It starts to get to a point where is the risk worth the reward? And what are you really building besides just, you know, another tally for your ego?
100%. Yeah, I think that's another one too there. That's a good concept. is what is it for? Like, why are we doing this in the first place? And it's okay to have your why change. You just need to have a why. And if you don't, it's gonna be really hard to just keep going.
Right.
If you don't have a why, a strong why, you're probably not even considering this question anyways.
I have to think of a new why, by the way, because like I'm moving this weekend. I'm getting married next weekend, and obviously want to look good for the wedding and stuff like that. But post the wedding, I'm already married. I'm not trying to impress other girls. I'm not, what is my why now? I'm gonna have to find a new, competition or something to get myself into to kind of keep things going.
Because you checked off the boxes of like you wanted to get jacked, you wanted to get lean, and also you wanted to get strong and compete. You checked off all those boxes in a calendar year. So for you, you're gonna have to now figure out, okay, well, what out of those either fulfills you or gets you excited, and it's okay for that to change throughout the year and from year to year.
And I think the closest thing to a why that I can think of right now is filming this podcast every week. We're constantly talking about, mental toughness, mental health, physical health, all that kind of stuff. And it gives me, imposter syndrome if I'm preaching this stuff week to week, but I'm not implementing it in my own life. That just makes me feel gross as like a person. So I actually think that is probably this podcast is probably going to be part of my why.
I mean, I think, and this is not even related to the questioning, but it's related to something you just said. I think when you see something, if you're able to see something like that or extrapolate that kind of a thought from an event, experience, or whatever, it says a lot about your character, but it also says a lot about what you're capable of. A lot of people don't get moved easily by much. If a song doesn't get you excited, if seeing others succeed doesn't get you amped up, if watching a video, whatever, like if you don't have things like that that pull you out, you probably haven't found anything worth getting off this chair for. And for you to be able to say, just off of doing something we're just doing on the side, like we're not making money off this, we're spending money on it, we're just enjoying this, just trying to give back to the community and give as much value to everyone as possible. And we're just knocking these out week after week, and they're fun as fuck. Each week is fun. But to then look at that and use that as your catalyst, because the way you just reframed it in your head to propel you into now chasing a new goal. I wish more people were like that, because not enough people know how to weaponize things in their life and reframe it to propel them forward. They kind of need life to happen to them for that to happen. And you really have two choices. You can either make your motivation, like you were saying, or life's going to force you to have motivation. And that's usually not the one you want. You hit rock bottom, you got a death scare because of a health issue, or something happened to you, you got a bad injury, something happened. And that is a catalyst that usually propels people into drastic directions.
Right.
Most people don't change away most people don't get off course from their North Star. Once they have it, they kind of just stay on it. And they kind of how they are is how they're always going to be. The people who are able to change that course, from my observation, fall into two categories. Either A, they need a catalyst to happen to them. So they're kind of just waiting.
Right.
And they don't actively want that stuff to happen, because no one wants to be that uncomfortable, right? Because in order for you to change, the pain of remaining the same must outweigh the pain of change. But then there's people like you who are able to weaponize an idea and use that and create your own catalyst. Make sticks out of nothing, rub them together and make fire. And that is what not a lot of people have. Everyone is capable of it. Most people aren't aware of it. But once you're able to do that, you can motivate yourself to do things, right? And then obviously there's a little like a balancing act. Like for me, my biggest thing always when it came to business and work and everything was I was terrified of being broke. Terrified. If I lost one client, in my mind, I lost everything. The business is dying.
Not going to be able to pay your rent.
Not going to pay rent. I can't pay the employees. Everything's fucking going south. The future that I wanted isn't going to be created. Like, I mean, dude, this is like, 15 years now in this? And I still have that mindset. However, what I don't do now is I don't let it consume me completely, because it would consume me so much that it was almost paralyzing. I at least have the awareness to be like, I'm actually not broke. But this is a step in the wrong direction. We need to keep this going forward. However, no path is linear. It's a scatter plot. And just like any scatter plot, there's peaks and valleys. But as long as the trend is going up in a positive direction of whatever the goal is, you're good.
Well said, brother. All right. Second question. What matters more, the numbers on the bar or the habits outside the gym? I have my own take on this, but it sounds like a simple answer, but I want to hear yours.
I want to say it's a simple answer, but I think
Number on the bar or habits outside the gym?
depends on who you're asking. Like, what's the goal? Like, if you're a competitor, what matters is the numbers on the bar.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what you're getting judged on. But I think for the majority of people, that habits outside the gym is the most important part. 144 hours in a week. Most people only work out 3 days a week for an hour. What you do for the other 141 is far more important to your health, your physique, your whole being than those 3 hours. Those 3 hours create a stimulus. They are the dominoes that get pushed each day to move something in a direction. But if you don't follow it up with another domino, you're just pushing a little thing over.
Okay, that's an interesting take, because for me, I was like, what matters more, numbers on the bar or habits outside the gym? Well, like you said, spend like an hour or two in the gym a day, if that, versus the 22 hours outside of the gym. Of course, the habits outside the gym are more important. But I think the numbers on the bar are kind of a reflection of your habits outside the gym. So it's hard to, like, you're not going to be putting up weight or repping out, something that's impressive if your habits outside the gym aren't dialed in. So I actually think this is a hard question.
Dude, yes. I mean, you can literally take that and apply that to jiu-jitsu. You can apply that to work. You can apply that to anything. But yeah, I mean, the two realms that we mostly talk about in here is jiu-jitsu and lifting. 100%.
I think I would tend to agree with you that, like, if you're a competitor or something, of course, it's going to be numbers on the bar. For the average Joe, like...
No, dude, I think you're right. I think I take my answer back. My answer fucking sucked compared to that. I think... No, like, legit, now I'm arguing in my head. It's like, you're 100% right. If you're a competitor, the numbers matter. But your numbers won't happen if you don't have the habits. If you're not a competitor, the numbers don't matter. Your habits are what matters. Once again, we're circling back. It's the same circle. It just depends on how intense.
Yes. And what if your habits outside the gym, they are dialed in? Your sleep is great. Your diet's great and all that. Maybe you go on a run or something like that, but you're not going into the gym and hitting that aspect of your life. I'm changing my answer. The number's on the bar. I think the number on the bar truly reflects, the other portion of your day. Some days might be better than others.
So you're saying the numbers on the bar affect what happens outside?
I think what happens outside affects the numbers on the bar. It's a reflection of how everything else is going.
So then what happens outside the gym is more important.
This is a chicken and egg situation, viewers. Yes. I want to hear from you all.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Yeah. What matters more, the numbers that you're putting up on the bar or the habits outside the gym? Sounds easy. Think about it. Don't just write something. Think about it for a second. That's hard.
Damn.
All right, we're going to skip that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I wasn't expecting
no, that one's a little tricky. Third one. Have we turned recovery tools into another form of consumerism?
Fuck yeah.
And I'm thinking about it. Asim every now and then will shoot me a picture. It's my man in like a steam room or a sauna or something like that. And I think cold plunges, saunas, like all these, and they can be beneficial or whatever and maybe promote recovery a little bit. Maybe some things not, but I totally think it has become, and I'm not just saying with saunas and steam rooms, I'm saying recovery is a whole business in itself now.
Recovery is a business. And what the fuck did athletes and competitors and people in general do for decades before we had any of these things?
What about like the 1700s or
like what did people do before this stuff? They were perfectly fine. This stuff is meant to enhance sometimes, not be a replacement, and it's not the end all be all. A lot of people have really shitty eating habits, really shitty de-stressing habits, and their sleep fucking sucks, and they eat and they lift mediocrely. Like, if you look at the time they're in the gym, it's a 20-minute workout that they took an hour and a half to do. But they got their cold plunge. They did their Theragun. They did a massage twice a week. They've seen their chiropractor. They dry needled too as well.
That's what I'm saying.
That is the epitome of majoring in the minors. too many people major in the fucking minors.
Well, you always say something. It's crap. It was in the episode when we were talking about like smart devices and whatnot. You know, these smart watches and these recovery methods and stuff like that, they will get you inches, but you need to get the meters first from doing the actual work kind of thing. It's
if you don't have the engine and if you don't have the main components, these are just things that are made to enhance. But something that's made to enhance is made to enhance something. If you don't have that something, meaning your diet sucks, sleep sucks, workout sucks, stress management sucks, then you're just it's like buying creatine and like doing a bicep curl. It's like buying a fat burner and eating a Big Mac. It's like
it deleted the Big Mac.
Yeah, it's like getting a fucking Big Mac and drinking a diet soda with it. It's like I'm on a diet. Like like you're majoring in the minors and you're focusing on the things that don't matter. And a perfect example is these fucking cold plunges, dude. For the longest time, people are like, oh, you should get a cold plunge. You should get a cold plunge. And I'm like, I'm not getting a fucking cold plunge ever. I think they're stupid. After my showers, I will crank that shit super cold to wake my ass up in the morning or to close my pores if I just shaved. Outside of that, I think it's fucking retarded, and this is why. Especially around workouts. The purpose of exercise. When you exercise, you cause damage to the muscle. You break fibers down. That trauma causes an inflammation response. That inflammation response is what tells your body, hey, guy, there's stuff happening on this bicep. We need to send a bunch of workers there to go fix that shit. Go. So doing something like taking Advil or fucking jumping in a cold plunge, especially jumping in a cold plunge, and reducing the inflammation is literally fucking retarded because you're reducing the signal your body needs for hypertrophy and muscle growth. It literally is counterproductive. Do not fucking lower inflammation after a workout.
Wait, so... Oh my. So wait, hold on. If I was, let's say I'm a cold plunge fanatic. I've got to get my cold plunge in. And I'm working out, every day. When would be ideal?
Away. In the morning or at night? Probably in the morning because at night probably wake you up.
Away from your workout
away from
time?
Your workout, yeah. Do away from your workout. There's benefit to the cold plunge. It's not completely retarded.
Interesting.
It's just retarded the way most people use it because they do it right after workout. They're like, oh, I do my lift. I'm going to go send a cold plunge and then I'm going to like do my whatever breathing and I'm going to be super...
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof breathing and be super fucking alpha. It's like, bro, no. Just because you sat in a cold shower or a cold tub doesn't make you tough at all.
Well, hold on. I am going to play devil's advocate. Sometimes that shit is cold. And I will say, I think a lot of the cold plunges, sauna, steam rooms, all that kind of stuff, it's not as much as a recovery tool for your body as it is for your mind, I think. Have you ever had in a cold plunge, you feel like alive, dude? I feel like your brain is just...
Yeah, it wakes you up and it makes you feel alive. But like, there's no risk of anything when you jump in a man-made cold plunge like tub. You can step out of that thing whenever you want.
True.
I think there's better ways to temper the mind than do something that...
Then just hop in a cold puddle.
Yeah, it's literally a fucking cold puddle. I think there's a lot better ways to like build mental resilience than like, fucking...
all right, fair.
Well, saunas are great. I think saunas are great. And if you're someone who gets uncomfortable in the heat, then it can potentially build some level of mental resilience. I think it more so in a weight cut than anything. But like, once again, you just open the door, walk right out.
What about saunas or steam rooms in regards to like workout time? Is that something that's
I like sauna after a lift. I just like what it does to like get the core temperature up and just feel relaxed. I find when I sauna for like 5-10 minutes, I haven't figured out the sweet spot yet, but after jiu-jitsu at night, because I usually do that after the second session, is I'm less sore the next day. And I go to bed a little bit more relaxed. Is that placebo? I don't know yet, because I've been doing it long enough. It's only been almost a month of me doing that, like 2-3 times a week. But
that's what I'm saying. I think it's more recovery for mind, mental than it is physical, at least in my opinion.
I mean, it's very relaxing in the sauna. The cold plunge, I mean, I don't know about relaxing there, but I would say cold plunge does have its merit. It does have health benefits. That science is irrefutable. I just don't think, personally, non-scientific opinion, I don't think it does shit for your recovery post-workout. I think it actually hurts it. I think there was, now that I'm saying that, I think there was a study. And I'll try to put a link if I remember how to do that. in this. Some are here or in the comments.
It'll be right here if we remember to put the link. Right
Not
here.
just scroll down. And if you're on Spotify, you're fucked. Maybe the show notes. We'll do that.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
I think there was a study recently that literally proved that cold plunges actually lowered the amount of muscle you would actually grow in a period of time compared to if you didn't do it. I think there was a study that actually did this. I gotta find it out. I feel like Eric told me.
We'll
about
do
this.
some homework for y'all.
Yeah.
But anyways, for the time being,
yes, it's commercialized. Recovery's overhyped. You don't need a fucking Theragun and a knobby foam roller with all these different fucking torture device looking tools. Like, just get a foam roller, get on it, get your body moving, stretch, get some blood flow, maybe do some yoga or Pilates, I don't know, and go lift some weights.
what are
It
some
is
other
not over complicated.
Yeah. What are some other like recovery tools that you feel like are just geared towards consumerism and they're not making that huge
The
of a
rumble
difference?
rollers, any of those foam rollers with a bunch of knobs on there, I think are stupid.
Oh, the Poke Boys?
Yeah, the Poke Boys are retarded. Because you got to think
Really?
about it. All the spots that it's not poking is muscles that aren't being pressured. The purpose of foam rolling is to release tension and adhesion through pressure.
There must be some kind of logical explanation
Yeah,
for
people
those.
like pain and they think anything that's that uncomfortable is going to be good for them. But guess what? Recovery doesn't have to hurt.
That's crazy. All right, let's jump into the next one.
That's a good line.
Yeah. If you could choose only one,
Okay.
mental toughness or physical strength for life, which would you carry?
Now,
Yes.
if you asked me this in my 20s, I would have said physical strength. I was
Same.
perfectly fine being an illiterate retard. For sure. Can I say that?
You've said it about 400 times this episode. So, by the way,
This is not for children.
sorry about that, guys. If you're retarded, we love you. Anyways. So, yeah, mental toughness or
Yeah, if I was in my
physical-
20s, I would have picked strength because like that was the only thing I was obsessed with, and I was infatuated with the idea of being like the Hulk. But honestly, mental toughness all the way through.
Same.
Because I did not get strong until I got mentally tough. Because you had to break through those mental barriers to get that strong. On top of that, mental toughness. It's fucking had a lisp there.
Yeah, it's all good. You're like me.
Yeah, mental toughness transcends gyms and buildings. It leaves the gym and you can take it with you. Right? But yeah, your strength can go with you, but your physical strength isn't going to help you increase your bank account. Physical strength isn't going to help you start a business or go enjoy it. Like physical strength will allow you to explore the world and not be limited. Oh, fuck, now I'm arguing myself back.
No,
'Cause-
dude, I liked what you were cooking though. Why are you? What
Okay,
is-
so what I was going to say was I think I want to say mental toughness because mental toughness, I think the reason I'm like questioning it is because I'm looking at it literally as like I can only have one of the two.
when really in actuality they kind of blend.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
think
hard.
you need mental toughness to get really strong. Not all the time because there's that type of strength that we usually see where it's like we call it the R strength.
But you don't need strength to get mentally tough.
You don't need, yeah, exactly. But I think mental toughness because that transcends and you can do it. And you leverage that to help you push through barriers in business, push through barriers in relationships, push through barriers in life, push through hardship, etc. You can't really bicep curl your way out of debt, right? Or
Yeah.
out of a really shitty situation. So I think the physical one is great, and it's a shiny object. But I think the one that has the most application is mental strength, for sure.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I think literally same thing in my younger years. Physical toughness, 100%. I have a feeling, just so far in my experience of life, 30s, 40s, 50s even, I feel like the mental toughness, just getting through, because those are the years that people are buying homes. Like you're an adult now, like you're having kids, you're having grandkids. It's getting through a lot of you're having deaths in the family, or, getting through all that takes a lot of mental strength. And then I feel like it hits a point where I'm going to want physical strength again. Like when it's in my 60s, 70s, like who knows?
Yeah, it might be like a
I think
bell
it's going to
curve.
flip flop.
Yeah, it might. Because, in my 20s, strength. And then later on, it's like, actually, I would rather build the mind.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe after the mind is built, body's got to get built. Who knows?
Let's find out. Well, dude, that is all I got for you today. Guys, we appreciate you as always. Just listening, commenting. This is so much fun for Asim and I to meet up every week and do this thing, and would not be possible without you guys. And I think we mentioned last episode about the merch. Did we touch on that a little bit? Yes. Guys, we got some merch coming. I don't want to say too much too soon, but
the first pre-order release goes out tomorrow. Today is Thursday.
Yes.
So by the time this episode is released Monday, it would already be out. So then Friday before.
Mm-hmm.
So what is today's date? Today's the what? 26th?
28th.
28th. So 29th, pre-orders go out for our rash guard versions. So you get the Strong AF Club rash guards. We partnered with Lasso out of Texas.
Shout out Lasso.
Yeah, they're great people. Jackson and Chase are all great dudes. And we partnered with them for a previous drop, and they went really, really well. So we brought them on again to do it again, and this time the colorways are insane. Seeing the Strong AF logo on rash guards is gonna be fucking cool. It looks
so
I can't
good.
wait to see it on an ADCC stage or a major or even televised like a Legacy or something like that. It's gonna be sick.
It is. There's already a debate online. I saw people posting like, if you're wearing this and you're not in the 1,000-pound club or the 600-pound club, if you're a chick, I don't want it. I'm taking it off. I love it.
Yeah, man. And then we got some other stuff too that we got cooking to be a fun fall.
Hey, we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we will see you on the next one.